Dillon goes to 15. Ryan Ellis.
Go, go, go.
Ryan Ellis in the 15. You heard him. Go, go, go.
Get the bus stop. Ryan's back going again.
The caution doesn't come out until now. The 20 of Kenny Habul hit hard. Caution is out. Coming out of turn 7. Kenny Habul was running 8th. Fire.
Easy, easy. You're on fire now.
You actually see the Elliott Sadler already got by the 20, and there was Brendan Gaughan. They were both vying for the position going through the last corner. Looked like Brendan Gaughan tried to get in the inside of the 20, got down on the grass, came up into the 20, or they ran into each other. After the 20 spun, the 16 got into him.
Yeah, Ryan Reed, pretty hard contact with the front of the 20.
You see the 62 on the bottom trying to make a move there. I have to say that's a very tough place to make a move. Things happen really quick. You come off the next to last corner, you're almost immediately turning back to the right. It's a really aggressive move to try to make a pass there.
It's the final right-hander.
It's a passing zone because he made the pass, but it's just a tough place to make the pass.
A lot of smoke, and Ryan Reed really didn't know where that 20 was going to end up.
Yeah, tough break for Ryan Reed.
It's a hard shot for sure. Right here, you're on board.
Yes.
Oh, man, that's a hard shot for sure. Luckily, it got to hit him in front of the driver's door a little bit.
When that rubber starts going around. Oh man.
That's a crash.
There goes Brian Scott hard into the wall. Third caution of the day.
Get in under the 22. I've seen it. Go be on the hood.
Wow. Oh man. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there, but they made contact before they got to the corner. It's like the 22 came down a little bit and got into the side of the 2, but that started for the 22 in turn 4 when he touched the apron. And when he touched the apron right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't really tell what looked like. Maybe the 22 just went to turn in the normal corner, and Brian was still going straight a bit.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like the 22 came down and got into the side of the 2, and that just
Into the wall goes
caused
the
that
10, and 10 is hit as well as she was coming back down the track. Danica Patrick. Looked as though the 55 of David Reagan made contact with Danica as she was coming down the track. She gets the car refired. Looks like she's going to try to drive it back.
Danica on the outside of Newman.
And around she goes. Didn't look like there was contact there, but could have been earlier.
Yeah, I have to believe there was contact the way she turned around quickly. Here comes David Reagan. Nowhere to go. He did nothing wrong.
Right here, I think, is the best shot. You have the 31 underneath the 10. The 31 just moves up. I didn't know if the 24 got into the 31, but at that view, it seemed clear to me that there was no contact. Jeff was just turning underneath the 31. The 31 got in the corner deep.
Yeah.
In between the
contact.
31 and the 10, there was definitely contact. Whether the 31 came up or the 10 was coming down. That's what makes this corner so difficult, Jeff, because what's the line? You can't follow the dotted line. What's the natural line of the cars into the corner?
Yeah, Danica was expecting Ryan Newman to go all the way down to like the left, put the left sides closer to the yellow line. She was protecting that spot, trying to, arc in the corner, and just Ryan Newman thought, hey, you're not coming down that far. So Ryan Newman didn't do that on purpose, but ultimately it looked like Ryan did not give her the room that she was expecting.
And we're down to a minute and a half here, so we're running. It's not going to be many more laps.
Denny Hamlin goes to the top of the chart with Austin Dillon.
Got one sideways.
And around turn 1 in the wall. And that is Reed Sorenson.
I think it was that quarter panel and the damage he had to the rear of that car that probably caused that accident.
Clint Boyer had been trying to get past Sorenson. To no avail.
And this group had really started getting dicey. You could start to see it as they were coming off turn 4 down the front straightaway.
Head down toward turn 1 here. Running really tight, close together. Ooh, it looked like Boyer started to go the inside and then shot back to the right, and when he did, he clipped the back of the 44 of Sorenson.
Hard to tell from that angle if perhaps Boyer got turned by the car behind him.
It's kind of hard to tell. These two guys were mad at each other leaving pit road.
Chris Neville?
Mike, that's right. Clint Boyer on the radio since they left pit road, just saying how he had to get around that 44 car and he couldn't. Reed Sorenson really blocking him around the racetrack, and he was telling the team, hey, that right rear fender pushed out. It's like a parachute, and the team telling him, you're losing that pack in front of him. You've got to get around him.
Reminiscent of what happened here.
Oh, around
trouble.
goes Hamlin.
Oh,
and
no.
right in front of Boyer and into the wall hard goes McMurray and Jeff Gordon.
Not again. Jeff's car is destroyed.
Whoa.
Hamlin he just spins out. The car just came around with him.
Nowhere for Newman and 31 to go. You see Clint Boyer in that 15 barely squeaking by.
Boy, but you see Jeff Gordon, he almost had that wreck cleared and he caught the front of McMurray's car there, and that turned Jeff down the hill. Well, look at Harvick. He's struggling right there, and then here comes Hamlin. He just spins out. No, watch this. Here comes Jeff Gordon coming. Bam. He almost
had it missed.
Almost had it made.
Jamie McMurray got him, and then he hits the inside wall as well.
Those are hard licks, man.
Everybody scatters.
Oh, and there goes Theriault hard into the wall. And that's Reddick in the 19 that had the problem that kicked it all off with Theriault as he comes grinding to a halt on the front straightaway after a huge, heavy impact here on the front stretch.
There's Reddick high in turn 4 loose. Just about has his truck saved, and along comes Theriault. Look at that right front tire.
Yeah, really nothing Austin can do.
At all.
And Tyler Reddick, he was just fighting to regain control of his truck.
I don't know. We didn't see if anything maybe clipped Reddick and sent him sliding sideways. We just caught it as he was up there fighting for control of that truck. Oh, that's so scary.
It's such a sick feeling for Tyler, watching his teammate turn into the outside wall right in front of him. What a great sight that is right there now.
I know his bell's rung, but it's just...
Prior to today, the only place where... Oh, big trouble. That's the rookie Suarez up and over Regan Smith, the big one at Daytona in the Tri-Oval.
42 turned us right there. All right, just stop, Daniel.
And it looks like he just gets him in a bad spot right there, and he just got behind in his steering.
Yeah, he got too far to the right, and coming off of the corner right there, that car unloads as you come off of that banking, and it just took just a little bit too much, and that's that window that you have to push, and if you get outside of the center of that back bumper, the way that the front and back bumpers are curved, it's going to spin that car out.
Remember we said lucky versus good? Here's Chase Elliott. Watch this.
There's going to be a wreck behind you. There's going to be a wreck behind you. Oh, yeah, big wreck behind you. Big wreck behind you.
And Chase is lucky his car's still rolling because he has some damage that he's going to have to fix.
Watch this job that the Ream car, the 33 of Austin Dillon, does. When 18 flips over the 7,
Holy. Tell you, Chris Buescher did a heck of a job sneaking through there, too, in that number 60 Cheez-It car.
great job by Buescher all day long.
Those are some great pictures.
We have the best cameramen and women in all of sports. I mean, the images they capture from so far away, and they never miss. Watch this. Watch the Ream car, the black car, third back on the outside. He's going to see this crash developing. Regan Smith turns over, and he misses him. Wow.
And I don't think there was any contact at all between the 33 and the 60.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, we've heard all the time, you got one under you, but that's not what they mean.
Right. Yeah, they don't mean you're actually underneath it. That's for sure.
Usually that means on your inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Not literally sitting on your roof.
Damage.
Oh, we got some damage on the right rear. But that shouldn't hurt him any. They come in, put some tape on that, and he can go again.
Problems! Huge hit for Kennedy! The 11 up on the safer barrier. Down off the wall it comes to a grinding halt in the middle of the racetrack.
I'm okay. It's a hard hit.
So he's racing on the inside of David Dillon. They make a little bit of contact. You see John West Townley was on the outside. He's going to run right into the side of him and kind of lift that truck up a little bit. Got into the catch fence. For the second week in a row, we've had a vehicle in the catch fence. But again, the catch fence did its job. It kept that truck down on the racetrack, and you see it riding along the top of the safer barrier.
When they got to turn one, Phil, I think they were 3 wide, and Ben probably thought that's a difficult angle for the spotters to see as well. And I think that Ben probably thought, wow, look how close that truck comes to going over. Probably thought they were just 2 wide, and he had room to move up a little bit for the corner.
That's what it looked like.
That was incredible how that truck just grinding along that safer barrier.
That's a battery sliding up in the top lane of the racetrack. Let's take a look at it again.
You can see that it was Gillen,
John West Townley in the yellow truck.
And I think John Gillen was just below John West, and maybe Ben Kennedy felt like they were just 2 wide and had room to angle himself for the corner, battling for a spot well inside of the top 10. Look at all that debris.
But as you pointed out, Phil, that catch fence doing exactly what it's supposed to do as the axle's just grinding along that safer barrier on the wall.
They can't do this for 10 laps.
Eric Jones around. Back across the field. The big one, part 2 at Daytona.
Yeah, they can't do this.
A horrific crash for Kyle Busch, who slid through the infield grass and went head-on into the inside wall. And he is climbing from that car, and that is an unbelievable sight. Wow.
I mean, he hit that wall head-on. It looked like he never even slowed down.
Kyle is pushing Eric Jones, or behind Jones. Looks like there might have been some contact there.
And there you see Kyle, top of your screen. And now we'll go from our blimp view, and there you see Kyle and Eric racing together, and just follow that 54 car after the contact with the white 20.
Like there was some contact there, and Kyle bumps into Larson, and it turns him to the left. Elliott Sadler hit there by Brendan Gaughan.
And there's the 54. You saw the impact.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the Ford's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 54.5. Now it's just along for the ride. Watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like a toy. That's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
11 and the 4 to get together. Here we are at the start-finish line.
It just pushes the 3 up into the air enough that it rolls over the top of a car. And then that momentum just continues to move him into the catch fence. Hang on. This will be a wild ride. That was Tony Stewart going underneath the 3. And here was the response from Austin Dillon after he got out, pulled the helmet off. The crowd was roaring at this point in time.
Yeah, this has to be the best sight of the night. You know, this is the scary part of auto racing is when you see a big accident, we see Austin Dillon get out, he's removing, what he's removing there is his head and neck restraint. It connects to his helmet to keep his helmet from overextending somewhere. A Hans device, that's another version of it. Another safety innovation really that's been required in NASCAR for a few years now.